Thank you so much for choosing Mokwa Times. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, Rigathi Gachagua has spoken after the Mbeere North by-elections.
Na msijali maneno ya Mbeere. DCP haikuwa na candidate Mbeere. Mbeere mimi nilienda kusaidia DP.
I'm specific with Mbeere North because this was hotly contested, first of all. Second, we can also say that it was testing Rigathi Gachagua's ability to deliver the Mount Kenya votes to the opposition side. So in a nutshell, that's why it has been a seat of contention. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in Rigathi Gachagua's statement, he stated it clearly that this was not his candidate, but it belonged to DP, and the party leader is Justin Muturi. So he just went there to help. So in a nutshell, he has already brought Justin Muturi to this failure. He's the person who failed. It is not him as Rigathi Gachagua. He just went to help. Now, that kind of a statement is politically significant when it comes to the Mount Kenya politics, and we must all agree. Why am I saying so? I sometimes used to ask myself, how is Rigathi Gachagua going to handle DP, then PLP, now again Jubilee on board? And I was happy now when the by-election came. And actually I'd done a video before, way back, and said that the by-election that has been created at Mbeere North was basically to test Justin Muturi, whether he's capable of delivering even if it's in Embu County alone. And I say these are tests that he must pass, but unfortunately could not protect the votes the way it's required. So he failed. So ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua simply told him one simple thing. Ulililia wembe, nilikupea. So, ndio huo. Now, you did not deliver the seat. That's why he distanced himself from that particular seat. Rigathi Gachagua was proudly telling people that he lost at Magarini. And in Magarini, when he lost it, it was narrowly, though it was not a narrow loss because it was about 50% plus beaten. Secondly, he also gave the success that he achieved. Kariobangi North, Narok Town, and Kisa East.
DCP ilikuwa na candidate Kariobangi North, tukashinda. Narok Town, tukashinda. Kisa East, tukashinda. Purko, tukashindwa kidogo na Magarini. Chama ambaye ni ya mwezi 7, imechukua viti 3 out of 5. Nimeona maanalisti ya magazeti wakifanya mambo mingi, hawaongei mambo ya ushindi ya Nairobi, hawaongei mambo ya Narok, hawaongei mambo ya Kisa.
All the MCS, DCP. Huge success. In a nutshell, Justin Muturi failed in this particular contest. Let us just be honest about that. Now, where did really this gentleman fail?
Mbeere comes from a ward called Everori. Leonard comes from a ward called Ndawa, and then Karish comes from a ward called Momenje. Momenje has got only 9,000 votes. Leonard comes from Ndawa, which has 18,000 votes, and Mbeere comes from the biggest ward, the second biggest ward in Embu County, both in terms of, actually it's the biggest in terms of mass, but in numbers it has 28,000 voters.
I feel strongly that Justin Muturi failed at the point where he opposed Rigathi Gachagua's moves. And the problem, Rigathi Gachagua sat at the table and told him that, look at this. The numbers that we have are more with Mbeere. Just let him go with DCP. But he felt like, no, for us to be equal in this particular arrangement, then I have to present my candidate. And this is what happened. They chose the right candidate with the wrong party. But in general, he was a wrong candidate because he did not come from the region with huge numbers. Because numbers matter. Numbers matter. They could have only agreed in a very simple way. Let it be DCP, and then let Karish come and support Mbeere. Not because Mbeere is more special than Karish, because he comes from a clan of numbers. And the moment he stands for that seat, there's a possibility that he will motivate the people of that clan where he comes from to turn out and vote for him in large numbers. And then, now they left it for William Ruto to pick a candidate from a slightly stronger clan than that one of Karish. And eventually, this is how that seat was lost. There are facts that came out of this by-election in Embu. The first one, it is that now it somehow appeared to have shown Rigathi Gachagua as a weak leader in the Mount Kenya region, which was not really necessary. At this point, Rigathi Gachagua was supposed to take that seat to cement the chances of him winning the Mount Kenya region. But now it has already created a perception that Rigathi Gachagua is not in full control of the Mount Kenya region. Let me tell you one simple thing. Even if Gachagua could have won that seat and William Ruto lost, there is a possibility that Still, there's a bad perception that could have come out of that particular by-election in relation to Rigathi Gachagua. What do I mean? Because of the numbers that William Ruto might have garnered there. But we cannot also forget that statistically, it has always been a closely contested area. And that is why such numbers could have come up. But when it comes to the political perception, especially from people from outside Mount Kenya, who literally do not understand the history from that region of Mbeere North, ladies and gentlemen, it was not good. The other thing that it showed from this particular by-election, it is that William Ruto is a genius. Right now, anajipiga kifua all over Nakuru County.
Dalili ya mvua ni nini? Muliona uchaguzi mdogo jana? Muliona vile tuliwaosha?
Nairobi, in Northeastern, that they have washed the opposition team. And in fact, I'm telling you, this was so bad. William Ruto has used it to speak in the loudest voice possible to make sure people understand that he's strong than any other person. So it has made William Ruto to look like a genius. For those who do not know, right now the conversations in the country, people have shifted from 2027 and are now talking about 2032. Because they have seen it is impossible to beat William Ruto, simply because of one simple region, Mbeere North. Kutia msumari moto kwenye kidonda. Also in Malava, William Ruto won. Those are basically the consequences of losing that seat of Mbeere North. But going forward, there must be now tangible decisions that must be made. And whether Justin Muturi likes it or not, he needs to abide by and be open for such kind of tough decisions. Number one, the DCP now party should dominate the Mount Kenya region. Once you've failed, let it be done like you cannot manage. Accept the reality. Instead of going back again, then you fail. So as we speak today, I think Justin Muturi now needs to accept that let DCP dominate the Mount Kenya region. The same case with Jubilee, the same case with other parties like PLP, to avoid any form of defeat. Because once you choose a weak candidate, then you choose a weak party, there's a likelihood that the wave might not really reach that region and you might lose the seat to the opponent. And one thing that is very important right now as we speak is to have members of parliament. If you don't have members of parliament, even if you have the president, or maybe you have the president as opposition, you are almost meaningless because the members of parliament from opposition, if William Ruto is in opposition, will completely sabotage you. So in a nutshell, it's ideal for them to decide if DCP is a strong party, a new party that people like, a wave in the Mount Kenya region, let it be the seat, let it be the party to front candidates in all positions in the Mount Kenya region. So the only thing that they need to do is to support Rigathi Gachagua as much as they can to ensure at least the DCP party is well structured, well organized, and well supported in terms of protection of votes, to ensure at least the votes have gone to the right candidate. That is number one. Number two, it's not ideal for Muturi to accept to be under Rigathi Gachagua. If he goes to the opposition side as a principal, for heaven's sake, that is completely impossible. It's ideal, I feel, that these people can just sit down and agree. Rigathi Gachagua is on top, then let me support him, let us beat these people, and then they get to work. I don't know what's your take, but in the comment section you can share with me. My name is Obel Mukwa. Thank you so much for watching my videos.